Hey there guys, so today I'm here to give my final impressions on Persona 4 the animation. Now, before I say a single thing about this show, I have to express something, and it's just why. Why are you making me wait until August to actually properly finish this show? I hate you. Whoever produced this, I hate you. I'm a very impatient fan of this series. So a little bit of background on me. I've never once played on Persona 4, but I did watch a friend of mine play on a lot of it towards the end of the game. So I guess that's kind of the same thing, right? To be honest, I think that might be one of the reasons that I fucking loved this show. I thought it was brilliant. But I will say this now, it's really quite impossible to recreate gameplay in an anime series. And similarly, it's also very hard to recreate that immersive nature that a video game will give you. Personally, I think Persona 4 the animation does a damn good job of trying. So Persona 4 the animation is the story of Yu Narakami and his move to the little town called Inaba. He begins living with his detective uncle and his little cousin Nanako, and starts attending the local high school where he makes lots and lots of new friends. After hearing a rumour about MyAnimeList, or the Midnight Channel, and how it supposedly shows you who your soulmate is, Yu finds himself in the midst of a mysterious fog, a string of strange murders, and a world within the television. Although the story sounds like it should last about 25 episodes, the majority of this series focuses on something called social links, and any of the social link stories within this series have a very, very slice of life feel to them. Even though they had plenty of time to look at all the different aspects that people were looking forward to, they seemed to brush over quite a lot of them. For example, I was really looking forward to the beauty pageant, and instead that lasted about 5 minutes, and we got 2 episodes of the same thing just being told from different people's perspectives, and it wasn't too enjoyable. Though, that being said, this isn't really a flaw of the show because it was still quite enjoyable and actually really necessary to the plot, because when you strengthen your link with someone or your bond with someone, that unlocks a new persona. The characters, for the most part, are actually really enjoyable to watch and really good characters, but the one that I actually had the problem with was the main character, Yu. I think his character was likeable enough and dependent enough by the end of the series, but at the beginning I think he was supposed to be one of those characters that you are supposed to project yourself onto. While I think this is in keeping with the feel of the game, I don't think it translates very well over to an anime series or TV in any aspect, because it makes the characters really bland and really boring. He did develop his own personality at the end of the series, which was quite nice to see. And while we're talking about keeping in with the feeling of the game, the animation is identical to the artwork and the art style of the game. To be honest, personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of the art style in the game, so the animation was kind of not very good for me, but I can see why people would like it. To be honest, I think people who are experiencing Persona 4 for the first time through this series aren't going to be too blown away by the artwork, but it's not horrible to watch. It's just not really what I expect from an anime series, because I don't know when Persona came out, but they're not modern, if you know what I mean. And when we talk about animation, some of it was very, very poor. There were some minor inconsistencies, but for the most part it was actually really nice, really fluid in the fight scenes and things like that. The OST, as far as I know, is taken straight out of the game, and I'm very, very thankful for that, because the game has a fantastic soundtrack, therefore the anime has a fantastic soundtrack. The game just had fantastic music that knew how to set the mood in certain situations, and because it's in the anime, straight away you have music that knows what it's doing, knows where to be put. When you're supposed to feel something, it will put appropriate music in there, and that is fantastic. Overall, like I've said, I loved Persona 4. There are issues with the animation and the pacing, and sometimes how they explain things, though that could just be down to translators, but otherwise I really do think that this is a must-watch for any Persona fan, or people just wanting a good watch, to be honest. If you can't make up your mind between an action series and a slice of life series, watch Persona 4, because it has a little bit of both. So I'm really looking forward to the OVA that comes out in the middle of August, and hopefully a DVD release in the future as well. Although I just want to point out, if they dub Persona 4 with the cast from the game in English, I'll be pleased. I don't even care if Johnny Young Bosch is in it twice, I want that dub. And with that, that is my final impressions on Persona 4 the animation, but I feel like I shouldn't end it without a bear pun, so it was very good. I hope you guys are keeping well, and I'll see you next time.